I feel like we all owe it to Mattel to applaud them for how amazing 2023 is starting off. I mean, here we are, December, already with the technically kind of second, but really the first, I'll get into that later, 2023 singles case, and yet last year, we didn't get the first case until like January, February. Everything was so badly delayed last year that it really is kind of surprising, but also refreshing that they're getting a head start on this year, you know, and they're actually kind of hitting the release dates that they intended to make. So yeah, we have the first case of 2023 singles, but it is case B, as you can see. That is because case A was canceled for unknown reasons. It doesn't really matter. It's not like there was anything probably in that case that won't be in a future case. Plus, the years always start off like a little slower, and then as the cases go on, there's more and more and more new releases per case. You know, we saw that blatantly in 2022 where, you know, we went from case A to E without anything new, and then when we got to like case L and J in those, there's like 3, sometimes even more than that, new releases per case. That is probably how it's going to be this year as well, but there's a lot of good stuff in this case. I can't wait to get into it. Of course, like I said, case B 95C, that just basically means it's for 2023. Like the C is for 2023, and 95, you could just think in your head that is for Lightning McQueen's number. Made in Thailand still, and ain't gonna change. 24 pieces. Glad that they aren't changing that, that's for sure. And we're just going to dive right in here. I'm going to just use these scissors because I just recorded a little bit of a Giga haul, so I had the scissors out. So I was like, might as well just make it easy on ourselves today instead of clawing at it with the T. But I'll probably still make a mess of this just because I'm trying to do it over my camera here. Oh, looks like I got it pretty good. Oh yeah, we're chilling. We are chilling. This case looks juicy. Oh, we gotta flip it around. You guys know. You guys know why we gotta flip it around. Save the best for last. That's how we do it here on the channel. And it looks like the best is not Speed Demon here. We have 2 Speed Demons in the case to start off 2023, but these are pretty much just carryovers from 2022, because as you can see, it even still says new for 2022 on the packaging. Now, Hot Wheels does this a lot in their cases where, you know, they end the case like I think Q or something, QR maybe is the final case for Hot Wheels, and then some of those cars carry over into case A of the following year. And we might be seeing that happen here. They don't usually do that though, like they never have done that, but because they're keeping the packaging for 2023 the same as it was for 2022, it's definitely easier, it makes more sense, it's more feasible to carry the same stuff over this year. So basically what I'm trying to say is that Speed Demon may not be a 2023 release. Like when they maybe come out with the poster for 2023, it's liable that Speed Demon is not on it because she, at least what we're holding, what we're looking at right now, is a 2022 release. You know, as you can see, they have the first wave of cars on the road singles being Road Trip Mater, Road Trip Lightning McQueen, and of course Speed Demon there. And I'm honestly not like upset that they didn't change up the packaging because we just got introduced to this Cars on the Road packaging, which I really do like. Like I like the conceptual Radiator Springs background there. I like the map. I like the red bottom here. It looks really good. But yeah, of course, I love the translation here, the Terror de la Velocidad. These are very light, by the way. Probably some of the lightest cars that you can get from the Disney Cars line. I don't think it's that big of a deal that there's 2 in here. Maybe a little bit much, but I don't really see her ever peg warming at all. Here we have Andy Vaporlock. So this is probably, you know, going to be another carryover, yep, from 2022. And there's going to be a lot of that in this case, just because, like I said, they're taking that Hot Wheels approach where they could just take some of the stuff from last year, bring it into 2023, make it a nice, easier transition so they don't have to, you know, come up with a bunch of other re-releases, I guess, that, you know, is on new packaging, right? But yeah, Andy Vaporlock, that's a good inclusion. He has not been, you know, in a case for a while. I think Otis would have been better. They both debuted in case D of 2022, but Andy went on to be a little bit more prominent. There was 2 per case. Otis was only 1 and only in that case. But yeah, Andy, not a bad look at all. You can see here on the back some other 2022 releases. The King, Murray Clutchburn, Davey Apex or Dave Alternators, Marlon Clutches McKay, Sarge, Dash Boardman, and Darla Vanderson. Nice. Heavy. Now that guy is actually one of the heavier cards you can get. Here's another carryover from 2022. This is going to be a welcome one for many. Racing Center Cruz Ramirez, the Cruz Ramirez from Cars on the Road. There was only one of her in one case for 2022. That being case, I think it was L. Yep, it was L. Yep. You got it, Disney Docket. You got it. So yeah, it's good to see her back. Of course, she has been released, some other formats like the 2-pack with Road Trip McQueen in the Walmart 2-pack accessory sets. I think they're calling them like racing packs or something like that because they're all racers. And on the back here, you can see her other companions in case L, Royce Revsley, who we'll see in a moment, Griswold, K-Pillar-Durev, and then Speed Demon, and McQueen, of course. But yeah, I'm happy to get her again. All right, here we have a couple Royce Revsleys. Oh my gosh. Whoop. I saw like two like red kind of angular type noses right there. I was like, oh, we got two Royce Revsleys. Nah, just one, and a Francesco. So yeah, again, another nice new character that, of course, came out in case L, I think, reappeared in case M, is in the Salt Flats 9-pack, is in a 2-pack with Dash Jammin', same thing, accessory 2-pack. So a lot of Royce Revsleys out there right now, but I love this character. It's a great diecast, beautiful, one of the better ones they've put out over the last year, so definitely not going to balk about this guy either. Awesome. And Francesco Bernoulli, I've needed one of him on a good card, and this is not doing it. There was actually a hole in the box, so that was not ideal. But yeah, you have Francesco Bernoulli here. Been included scarcely in a few cases throughout the year, but nothing too major. I like him. Again, this is a very light car. Looks good on the Red Riders packaging. Oh, here we go. This is officially a 2023 release now because none of this stuff, well, some of this stuff is not from 2022. Look at this, guys. This is our first official 2023 card back and release in general. That's pretty exciting, right? This is what kicks off the year. You have Mater with Balloon. That could be from last year, could be another re-release. You have Artist Ramon, again, same thing. Sheriff, Lewis Hamilton. But these other ones, though, were not released as singles in 2022. You have Jeff Gorvet, Suki, and Raul Sarul. That's awesome that they're doing some more World Grand Prix racers, especially Jeff. Really excited about him. Suki, not so much. He's gotten a lot of releases, but this is a nice, refreshing looking card back. We haven't seen this assortment of characters on a card back, so... Hello, 2023 Francesco. That's cool. I like that. All right, what do we have here? All right, let's go with Road Trip McQueen first. So this is a carryover. It says 2022 up top. Yeah, this guy's pad warming now. I was like, I think I said maybe a little while back, oh, he's not bad. I haven't really seen too many of them. There's only like 2 per case. And then it was like 2 per case, but 3 cases. So not ideal, but obviously, it's going to be that way for any new McQueen, especially from like the new movie or whatever short, and in this case, the series. Packaging looks cool, but I'm not going to get excited about that. Here's our first official, I don't know how to really differentiate from Francesco, but truly like a new release for 2023 because he was not released in 2022, unlike Francesco. Basically what I'm trying to say is that there was the 2022 Francesco Bernoulli looks like this from the front. There's different stuff on the back, but there is not, a 2022 Heyday River Scott. This is markedly 2023 distinct, right? And it looks good. I like how the art looks. I think it looks nice. Last year we did get Hot Rod River Scott, so you might get confused with that. I did myself, and I was like, oh, it's Heyday River Scott this time. I prefer that. I like that better, so happy to see him again after being released a couple years ago. Looks pretty good. I always liked how they put the scrape on his fenders there, made it look a little bit more realistic. That's like a big scrape too. I think I thought that was like a chip initially because it's so blatant, but you could even see it on the card art there. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's see what they got on the back here. Oh yeah, so people went nuts when they saw this card back, and totally understandably so. You know, you have Jet Robinson, yeah, whatever. You got Pushover, oh, okay. Paul Conrev last year. Ryan Inside Laney, whatever, who cares. You have Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet, all right, that's pretty cool. And then you have Rich Mixon, like, wow, that is one of the most popular next-gen Piston Cup racers, one of the rarest as well. And then, of course, the icing on the cake, well, actually, truly, the cake itself, Fair Game. Fair Game was only released in 2020 in one case after being canceled in 2017, has gone up in value immensely. So he's back. That's pretty awesome. Great to hear for a lot of people who missed out on him. And there are a lot of people who did miss out on him. I see all the time people saying, like, does anyone have a Fair Game like for a reasonable price? Because eBay is insane. And that it is for Fair Game. Here we have Chisaki, one of Suki's girlfriends. But this is just a carryover from last year. You can see on the back here. Made her with Balloon, Iris Ramon, Sheriff Sarge, Lewis Hamilton, Otis, and Francesco Bernoulli. None of the cards in this case are particularly good. That kind of sucks. Yeah, Saki. Saki, did I really just say Saki? I'm sorry. Try Saki, you deserve better than that. Even though you've been released like way too much. All right, here we have Sally. So again, this could be a carryover. We'll find out in a second. Yep. This is technically a 2022 release. I always say the same thing about Sally. I like seeing, you know, one of the 2006 original Desert card releases back. Provides a nice like then and now type experience. Like, oh, show them side by side. And you can see how the art stayed the same, but the packaging has evolved immensely. Cool. Don't see too many of her hanging around, so I'm not going to complain. Mater, Fillmore, Sheriff, King, Darla, Luigi Guido, and Murray Clutchburn. All from last year. Here we have two Lightning McQueens with racing wheels. The World Grand Prix version of McQueen, which they also do a lot of. Looks like this is also a carryover from last year because you have last year's assortment like Miguel and Shu are on here. Not to say that he won't be released in 2023, like officially, like on the poster officially, but they may just release the 2022 carded version over and over again because why not? I mean, they already have it all designed here. Just keep it the same. But they didn't do that for Francesco Bernoulli. Obviously, they changed up the packaging for him, so there's that. Two of him's a little much. We're already at 3 McQueens for the case. I see at least 2 more in there, and that is already over our McQueen case quota. Way too many McQueens per case. So, but what are you going to do? It's Mattel. All right, what do we have here? Mater. Oh, goodness gracious. This packaging has seen better days. Ugh. It always looks better on camera, but it is not great. Heavy, though. Mater, so glad that they make him metal now. And wow, I can't believe I just moved the camera there. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, it's really nice that when they started releasing cards from Thailand, Mater became full-on metal instead of being half metal, half plastic. So awesome. And he looks good, I have to say. Maybe minimize him a little bit so he doesn't get caught off up top, but looks good. And oh my goodness, this is a 2023 release. Look at that. This is pretty cool. First off, they have Greg Candyman on here, but not just any Greg Candyman. They like changed his color a little bit. You could see that it's actually more correctly colored here, that lighter brown, more orangish vibe, whereas the actual release is like a dark poop brown, you know, for lack of better words. It really is, and that's quite inaccurate, you know, if you see him in the movie. So this is awesome. You have Fillmore, he's old. Luigi Guido, Sarge, old. Purple Ramon, old. But you have Lizzy and you have Krusty Rotor. So those are 2 new singles for 2023, even though Krusty was released in a 2-pack last year. So good to see them. Of course, I think Lizzy and Greg super great releases. Really awesome. And especially if they make him look like that on the diecast, I'm going to go nuts. Chances are they won't, but it would be so amazing if they did. But yeah, Mater. All right, we have Lightning McQueen with Rust-eze signed back. Kind of an odd inclusion. Like if you're going to have 5 Lightning McQueens in a case, I'm not sure this is going to be my 5th pick. But on the back, this is just the carryover. You have Damage the King. You have the wrongly pictured Bruce Miller. Should be Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. Artie, Yellow Hydraulic Ramon, Brad Windmiller, and Dash Boardman. Of course, how... Oh my god. I was trying to combine the words hydraulic and yellow into like hylac. That'd be pretty wild. But yeah, this guy is only in case J, which was the rarest case of 2022 because it was not really released in the United States. So there's that. Hydraulic Ramon. Not terrible. I like the art. Like it really fills up a lot of the card here, but meh. Okay, now this is kind of wild. You have Cruisin Lightning McQueen here, and they flipped his art for the first time ever. Like they literally just like went to Microsoft Word, hit flip horizontal, and then pasted it on the card back. Because last year he was in a 2-pack with Doc Hudson, and he had his regular artwork, and then I don't know, for whatever reason they compelled them to, first of all, split the two. So now they're being released as singles this year, even though they were 2-pack and 2-pack last year. I don't know why they did that, but it certainly catches your eye. Like if you're used to seeing the regular art for him and then you see this, you're like, what in the heck is that? That's what I thought when I saw this. But this has always been a pretty popular version of McQueen, especially as a single. So I don't think it's, that big of a deal that they're re-releasing him just after being released in a 2-pack. And the new card art looks nice. Like it looks fine. You can't do this with something like 95 McQueen, like with the numbers, because then it would read backwards. But with something like this, you absolutely can. Cool. I'll take that. And so, yeah, here's Doc Hudson. This is a 2023 release, not a carryover. His blister here looks cool. Like you could see the dip down for the tires. Wow, yeah. I don't know why this blister just looks a little bit different than usual. Just regular old blue Doc Hudson. Of course, we know we're getting the Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet later. This guy's got the same card back as Mater, except swap out Ramon and Mater. And it's got like an interesting stock image of Mater that kind of shows him with a different expression than he actually has. Like he doesn't really look like that, does he? But yeah, I'm okay with the Doc Hudson release here. They actually sometimes use different artwork than this. Or maybe they flipped that too. But yeah, I think in 2015, 2016, somewhere around there, they used different Doc Hudson artwork. Now it looks like they're going back to kind of like the older version, but that's okay. It's good to keep things fresh. Nice. It's good to see him as a single. Like Doc Hudson's not been released as a single all that much, so I'm actually pretty hyped about that. And here we have Greebles. Another really nice carryover because there was only one of him in case M of 2022, and so that case has barely hit any stores. It's good to have him back. Everyone gets a second chance at good old Greebles here. You can see some of his other case M companions like Dats Jammin', Revo Koss, and Noriyuki. I think we'll be seeing some of those in 2023 as well. But yeah, I really like this release. It's, again, one of my favorites from 2022. I mean, a clown gremlin, you just can't go wrong with that. I mean, for real, you just can't. So yeah, that's awesome. Happy about that. Good choice, Mattel. 2 K-Pillar-Durevs. Not a good choice, Mattel. So K-Pillar-Durevs in a 2-pack with Mater. I never actually found that in a store, so maybe it's not that bad of a choice, but I just feel like they've released this guy already way too much for being like not a main character at all, being a repaint of Sterling, being kind of boring. I don't know. It's up to you guys. What do you guys think? I just feel like 1 is plenty, and if you're going to include 2 of anything, do 2 of like the new car we're about to get to, or do 2 of the Heyday River Scott or something. Do 2 of Greebles. But I don't know. I don't work for Mattel. It's not the worst car in the world. Like, I like the zebra print. I just don't like the fact that it has the exact same expression as Sterling, which fooled me into thinking it was Sterling when we saw the diecast before the show or any details came out. But I guess if you haven't seen this car yet, you know, you get another chance. This is actually one I've seen in stores, believe it or not. Oh, it looks like they did include 2 of the new cars, so I take that back. But still, there are better options in Pillar-Durev to include multiples of. But yeah, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I've never seen Cruising, like the Racing Center Cruz Ramirez in a store. Never seen Griswold, never seen Royce Revsley, never seen Dats, Revo, Greebles, Noriyuki. But I have seen Pillar-Durev, you know, so even me, who just kind of stumbles into the store on a whim every like other week, and I can find Pillar-Durev. Maybe that's kind of a bad indicator. You know, they shouldn't be re-releasing him already, but whatever. Here we have Sheriff. Pretty standard here. It looks like they have changed him and put the 2023 packaging. Card back. So this is going to really confuse a lot of people. I mean, think about this, guys. Like, Sheriff was released last year, so was Mater, Sarge, Fillmore, all these guys. But like, especially for ones like these, you're going to look at them from the front and be like, oh yeah, that's the exact same as last year. But then flip them around and then you could see that, okay, these are 2023. Those other ones are from last year. So I don't know, for people who like collect everything on card, kind of like me, I don't go too nuts for like package variants like this though, but so this is like the downside of when you don't change the packaging style. Like if they made these like the green gassers for 2023 or the purple passers, I don't know, would have been cool. Would have definitely made things easier to distinguish. Like, oh yeah, they did Mater and Sheriff in 2022 and 2023, but I can clearly see that this one's the 2023 version because the packaging's like green now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being able to tell by what they put on the back. So I don't know. I'm not entirely on board with that decision, but it's not the worst thing in the world. They've done it kind of like a couple times before, 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020. But I see those more of just like as like 12-month periods of releases that were just like not in align with like the actual calendar year. I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it personally. Anyways, here are the best 3 cars in the case. We have a single of Tailgate. So Tailgate was only released as a single in early 2018. She was previously released in a 2-pack before then. I think she's gotten another 2-pack release, and she's been released from Thailand now. So this isn't anything too wild, but it's nice to see like a pink car. That definitely changes how the pegs look. I mean, I just see a lot of the same like red and blue, especially with Darla Vanderson, Matthew True Bluma crew. So this is going to look good, and I just like it. I mean, good choice, Mattel. I like this. Colar non caro da frente. That is a clunky ass way to say Tailgate. But yeah, this is nice. This was actually one of the first Thailand variants because I think it was included in a 2-pack pretty early on. So you can see that the eyes are a little bit different. Paint's a little different as well. The Greasy Grill Barbecue. Bring the pain. So yeah, there's that. Hopefully people who didn't get Tailgate over the last few years have an opportunity to do so now. You know, again, even though she's been released multiple times since her inception, I think it's, you know, one of the better choices. And same thing here with Noah Gocek. He was released first in early 2020. A couple times throughout that year, and now he's back. Both times from Thailand, so there's no variant here. Although it looks like they're... look at this. All right, hold on. We're going to have to zoom in here and do some precision work. It looks like the plus, like the ghost decals right there, are more visible on my loose version from 2020 than they are there. Like, I don't know. I don't see really anything there. It's very faint, I guess. But yeah, it just looks a little bit more noticeable here. Everything else, though, looks to be the same. Colors slightly different here and there, but yeah, it looks pretty much the same to me. All right. But yeah, Noah Gocek, the Clutch Aid Piston Cup Next Gen. Looks pretty good. And it's on actually a good card, believe it or not. Same card back as, I think, who had this card back already? Already forgot. Oh well. Maybe it was Heyday River Scott that had it like this. It must have been. Had to have been. But yeah, Rich Mixon, fair game. We went over all that good stuff. And last, but certainly not least, is the new release, Gearsten Marshall. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. Pretty stoked about this guy. He is obviously a Salt Flats racer, kind of a repaint of Revo Koss. He is yellow. Don't get too many yellow releases, so definitely, like Tailgate, going to stand out on the pegs. And yeah, it just looks really cool. I can't wait to review this guy in a couple days here, maybe even tomorrow. Cool. I'm glad that they included at least one new car in this case. The next case will only have like new variants, I guess you could say. We'll have to see exactly what they are, but there won't be any new characters or really anything significant in Case C. Case D is going to be pretty awesome, though. That's all I'll say. Case D is pretty awesome. But yeah, you can see they did change it to say new for 2023 up here, so good. I'm glad that they caught that detail. Yeah, not going to go through him too much because obviously we'll review him in a few days here. There's his stock image on the back. Looks pretty solid. Looks a little strange, like the nose to me for whatever reason looks a little weird because he doesn't have like a grill. But yeah, Greebles, Griswold, KPD, Terror de la Velocidad, Royce Revsley. Awesome. I'm glad they included two. I honestly did not think they did. Both of them are not on good cards though, so that kind of stinks. But it's what happens when you are forced to buy these cases from sellers you don't want to buy from. I don't shout out who sells me these cases because I don't honestly like endorse them. I only literally buy from them out of necessity because no one else has these cases for sale. But who I will endorse is Get Me Collectibles. He did not supply this case. I want to make that clear. But he likely will have this case in soon. So email him if you'd like to, see if you can get any cases, or just take a look at his eBay store because he's got oodles and oodles of stuff. And he's likely to have something that you don't have. So check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be breaking down the entire content list for Case D of singles in a few days on December 15th. And like I said, it's a great case. It really sets the tone for the rest of the year, in my opinion. So these first two cases, a little rocky. Obviously, I try and be pretty jubilant about, the case as I go through it, but I don't like that they are splitting up 2-packs and releasing them as singles this year. I mean, we got Cruisin McQueen, we have Doc Hudson, Krusty Roeder. I don't like all the carryovers. There's 5 McQueens in this case. That's too many. 2 Speed Demons, 2 Pillar-Durevs. I think those are bad choices. I think 2 of Greebles, 2 of Noah Gocek, 2 of Tailgate, 2 of even the Racing Center Cruz would be preferable. But that's just how it goes. At least they did 2 of Gearston. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section below who's your favorite from this case. For me, obviously, it's going to be the Soul, new car, new character. I also just love that he's yellow. I mean, we just don't get colors like that. So, all right, guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I'll see you guys soon for another video. And happy holidays. Bye now.